So this is just a quick video. I thought I'd finally make this one. I've been working on these, as everybody knows, I make a lot of stamps and a lot of moulds these days. I do a lot of lead stamps for roofers, do a lot of lead moulds for roofers, and I do branding irons, etc. Been working on these ones here for stained glass window makers. So as you can see, it's much smaller obviously than my normal Leadwork stamps. It's just a little one. Let's get that up there. Try and get that in focus so you can see that. There we go. Now, so I've got the little stamp, but the issue that we're having, I say I was having, they were having, this one's for JA Stained Glass. She was having the issue that obviously compared to my normal roofer stamps, which they stamp on just plain flat lead, which is not bad because you can, what I often do is put a solid metal surface underneath the piece of lead and then stamp it. You can't do that with the stained glass window ones because they're all made using these H pieces of lead. So this is the Leadwork that they use. It's kind of like a H shape where obviously glass goes either side inside the H. That comes in two sizes. So here's the small one, got the small pieces, and then we've got the larger ones. Now the problem when trying to stamp this is that the impact of trying to stamp on the top of it collapses the H, and it doesn't actually give a good impression. So you can see if you stamp too hard without support, I'll try and get it in focus again. If you stamp too hard without support, you just crush the lead, you'll collapse the H, it'll be unusable. So it's been a little scenario that I've been trying to work with and trying to resolve, which is where yesterday I came up finally with a solution, which is, this is obviously just phase one, so they will look better than this once I have to make more of them, multiple. These are just this is just a little fixture that allows you to take your piece of lead. You can take the small one or the large one. It just slides in to the fixture, and the top strip of the H, the top strip of the lead, is now fully supported by the fixture, and it won't crush the H. So you can now put this onto a solid surface, take your stamp, and what I like to do when I do it is I just put a finger either side of the brass block so I can get it centralized on the lead, sorry. So I just hold a finger either side. It doesn't actually need that much of a whack. Now it's got the fixture, so I hold that like that. I don't even hold the handle if I'm honest, and then I just give that a tap. You can now pull that out, and we now have an impression. It's hard to get it in focus. We now have the impression of the logo, and the H hasn't collapsed. The top is still quite nicely intact, hasn't really spread it out. So if we take you can see some I've done yesterday here when I was testing it. It's hard when I'm trying not to knock the camera. Try and get that in focus. Sorry, it's hard to get this in focus. These are ones I've done sort of yesterday. Look there. Hasn't damaged the lead much, so I've got a nice impression here. So this is the wider strip. Wider strip's exactly the same. Slide it into the fixture. So you've got it into the fixture. Just give it a push down because lead is very flexible. If you wanted to make the impression even easier, so it made an even easier impression, you just needed a tiny little tap. The best option would be just to give it a little blast with a very cheap blowtorch, or even a lighter. You could just light that just to soften it a little bit. But with the fixture now, to be honest with you, you can just once again, this is the thicker one, so I'll just put it by eye. I just do it by eye. It's not too hard. Hold it again. You can hold it by the handle, but I like to hold it just by the block, so I know I'm keeping it central on the lead. And it just needs one tap. Slide it back out the fixture, and then obviously once this has got some, I don't even know if lead stained glass window people use patina, but in the roofing I use this on them, the patina oil, which after a couple of days makes it look better, protects the lead. I'm guessing that stained glass window people do that. I am guessing. That's the one thing with making all these stamps, etc. I have to learn quite a bit of other people's trades, which is great. I love learning. So this has really worked. It is hard, sorry, to get that on the camera there so that you can see the stamps, but they are now coming out nice. You can see some of these posted up on my Instagram if you want to see better pictures. But all came down to this fixture. So if there's any more stained glass window artists, makers, now offering these stained glass window stamps, you can put it on the framework of your work, and looks like it's going to have to involve having the fixture to make sure your H doesn't collapse. But I'm pretty pleased with that. It's come out as good as I could hope. I'm really pleased with that, and hopefully the customer will also be happy with it and get that out there on a lot of her work. So thanks for watching. Please come back soon, like, share and subscribe, and thanks again for your time.